Hello, hi.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
What's up, everybody? My name is Brandy, and welcome back to my channel, the It's Be Melanin channel. Be sure not to forget to like and subscribe, become a part of the Melly crew. Because you know what, you can be black, white, yellow, brown. To be a part of the Melly crew, it don't matter. Just, come on by. So this is my first actual sit down, right here with you type videos. Like, we're just gonna sit down, we're gonna talk, hash some things out. Well, not really hash nothing out. There's nothing to hash out, but we're gonna sit down and talk and just have a little discussion. And today I wanted to talk about Black History Month. February is slowly coming to a close. I wanted to make sure to roll this out before the month actually ended. But I did want to go a different route with it. So if you are interested in what I have to say, please stick around. I have a couple notes, so I'll be looking down at my phone. But the basis of today, what I'm going to be talking about is mental health in the Black community. So in Black History Month, we're always hearing about the very inspirational people in our past that's come through and done all these extraordinary things to progress the Black community, the country, things of that sort. And that's always great to learn about. One thing I did wanted to bring into light that is very deeply embedded in our history for Black people is mental health. It's a known fact. Slavery was a thing. It happened. And it's just one of those things that we just have to deal with, live with, cope with, and move past on the best that we can from that. And so we have progressed slowly, here and there. I personally feel like we are not as far ahead as we like to think, but we definitely have come a long way, and that is fantastic. But on the topic of mental health, it's not very surprising that a lot of people in the Black community have a lot of mental health issues, because if you go back and think about a lot of the hardships and things that a lot of our ancestors had to deal with or they endured, a lot of that starts back then, and then a lot of that follows us and trails with us, and eventually over time we have all of these wonderful African American people who also struggle with mental health. And a lot of these things can be genetic, and a lot of these things I feel are also very generational as well. And it's not very surprising that it is an issue if you really just take a step back and look at the things that was dealt with and then just trace it on to where we are now. Although things are very different than what they were back here, there are still a lot of things that Black people deal with today as far as systemic racism and microaggressions and all the things that we all just love talking about today, because last year has definitely opened our eyes to a lot of things. But anyway, it's no surprise that it's there. And so the main thing that is very detrimental to it being such a big issue is the fact that a lot of Black people don't feel like they can talk about it, or a lot of people don't have the resources for it. And it's not just a Black thing either. This is something that is an issue or a problem all over the world amongst all different races. And it's something that we need to look at more carefully and be able to have an open mind whenever there is someone that comes up to you and be like, hey, I have this issue, not just shut them down or things like that, So I have some notey notes that I'm going to be looking down at. So for starters, mental health in the Black community is a stigma that has stuck with us for many years. Mental health is often looked at as just like a personal problem that we're just left with and have to deal with ourselves. Despite having all these struggles, a lot of people often hide it behind this mask of okayness. I'm okay, I'm really fine, and things like that. And ultimately, that can really build up over time. A lot of families, they see us and they be like, oh, you're fine, you're just in a mood. Or, religion tells us, oh, pray and things will get better. And then the world tells us that we're just angry and we need to calm down, A lot of these responses don't help. And for a lot of the issues that people come across need real help from real professionals. And it's hard to get that help from professionals whenever there are areas that don't have as many resources, or people that aren't educated in the places that they can go or the things that they can do. So it makes it that much more difficult. So you have all of these people walking around with these pent-up emotions, pent-up feelings, and issues that they're dealing with, and they have no way of getting the help that they need. So whenever you have all these people that are going through life without the help, you have a lot of African Americans that go with unchecked mental illnesses and not realizing that, hey, they may be suffering from anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, and things like that, and not even realize it, or do realize something seems to be a little off, but not know why or what it is. And then with a lot of the things and struggles of the world that we have been accustomed to seeing on the day-to-day basis, like police brutality, just to name a few, just to name one, that can have an effect on a lot of people, and not just Black people. There are a lot of allies of the Black Lives Matter movement that also feel this as well, but it is definitely more prevalent in the Black community because we have a first-hand experience with it. We see it, it's there, it's in our face every day, 24/7. We're the ones that have to go out and double check twice and be on edge and make sure we're on our P's and Q's just to avoid the inkling of anything happening, So at the end of the day, a lot of African Americans are dealing with these issues and can't go to their friends and family, and because ultimately they're being cast aside by their friends and some family members, because to them, we aren't supposed to be feeling what we're feeling, because in their eyes, we have all these things, we have so much going for us, and we just don't have the right to feel the way we feel because of where we are in life now. It's not nearly as bad as maybe they had it, or not nearly as bad as our ancestors had it. And whether that's true or not, at the end of the day, feelings and emotions that a person experiences are still valid and should be taken with the same seriousness as the next person. Just to go back to the point that I made earlier, I really do feel like that a lot of it can be attributed to a lot of the older generation that has brought us up over the years. Because when you go back and look at what your parents have gone through, and what their parents' have gone through, and their parents, and before that, all the way traced back, like I said, it's not far-fetched that they have suffered from some of these same mental illnesses that we are today. And it's just like I said, a lot of these things can be very generational and some genetic. And so we as a community need to start being able to have more of an open mind to be able to come together and actually talk about these issues. And not just talk about it, but normalizing it, and not having such a big stigma around it, or not being so quick to dismiss somebody whenever they come to you about these things. Just like we're coming together as a community to protest against the issues of today, we still need to be able to come together and fight the silent killer of mental illness, because it is a very real thing. And as a person who deals with a lot of these issues as well, I want to be the one to tell you that it is okay to feel. Your feelings are valid. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to take advantage of the resources that are out there to help you. And with those resources, whether it be therapy or talking to a spiritual advisor, if you have the means, please go get the help so you can help yourself at the end of the day. And for those who are getting those people that are coming to you telling you about these issues, please have an open mind. You know, don't cast them to the side. Listen, be that shoulder that they need, because you never know, you may be the only person they feel they can come to. So that is it for my little rant for Black History Month and mental health. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave a link for a couple different websites that go more in detail about the statistics and things of mental health in the Black community, and I will also leave some links to a couple websites that offer online therapy or online help in any way. Not sponsored or anything like that, just things that I've come across that I'm sure a lot of people have heard about as well. And so I just want to leave that down below so that, you know, those resources are there if, you know, you are one of those people who need or want that help, or you know somebody that wants or needs that help. And so that is all. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, become part of the Melly crew. Like and subscribe, share, tell a friend. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this wasn't a train wreck. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune back in for another video, hopefully coming soon, and you have a good day.